They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Boilermakers ready to get this thing started and open the season. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The give out of the gun. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. Guys, let's just think for a second about Kansas State. You start the season, top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one, and make that first impression.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Football with the run. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Now on the option. He'll toss it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
What a great job tackling that time by the quarterback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
The Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Red pass, it's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Looking to throw for it. Caught close to the marker, it's Porter. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
Past the first down marker and still running. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
The Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open downfield. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Looking for space. It's right. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air, it's Milner. Makes the grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Makes the grab. It's Boston. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Swings it out to the flat. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Back to the ground game on the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Complete to the right. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
8th play of the drive coming up. Making side adjustments here. Here's the handoff. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Whoa, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed over the middle. It's Carr. Touchdown, Kansas State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Keeps looking downfield. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it along the sideline. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Caught in the backfield, it's Carr. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Release to the back. It's on target and complete. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to... upfield and get the 1st down.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got the 1st down and more. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Spears. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Spears. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. And they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw again. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Wildcats!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 2 to North Carolina. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Milner. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's going to fire to the left. He's got it on the outside. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. A little screen to the running back. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Looking downfield, and time is running short. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those
throws toward the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Boilermakers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Toss sweep to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on third down. The sure hands, it's Harris. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
The Boilermakers come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. 1st down.
The Boilermakers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Makes it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run, physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Slip through the line. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a deep shot for the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. And that is the height of efficiency on that drive. Single play, hit the big chunk, get the touchdown. To bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. He'll do it himself. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. To throw, it's Milner. The sweet feet buy a little time. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown. And then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They try to get it outside on the left. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's first down. Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And the Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Just when they're looking run, now up top. He lets one fly deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Takes it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. The offense changing the play. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Got his man on the right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Makes the grab. Headed to the end zone. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Arkansas is currently ahead in this one, but boy, there have to be some nervous moments for the folks in Fayetteville. They have not been able to pull away. They're up by 12 over Maryland. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hits his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Looking for a man. It's Milner. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Under fire.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Trying to punch it in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Brings up second and goal.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He's at the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Purdue!
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Looking to throw, it's Milner. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
How about that for a momentum swing? Your defense gets the pick six, offense comes right back on the field, and they get the two-point conversion.
Number 35 set to kick this one away.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David. It's a running room. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making checks. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rushes on him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
All right, now, if you're the quarterback, you got to know in this game, you better be ready every snap. You better know where the pressure is coming from because this defense is going to bring it from all over the place.
And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And they're able to get him on the ground. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole. Quarterback, good timing, waiting on it. Nice strike.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, still going. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Wildcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Wildcats started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a 2-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that idea.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They feed him again. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you've got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's a ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
From the gun on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It is perfect.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll try to get outside. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Moving away from pressure. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to throw, it's Milner. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's got it for a touchdown, so hold on a second. They're not dead yet. In fact, they're suddenly feeling much better.
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the win.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Timeout called by the defense, 27 seconds to go.
Timeout, Kansas State.
Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, the ground game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. The give to the tailback. Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Running into the open space. Got enough for the first down. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been...